Wake up, folks.
The other thing we figured out, Tom, one of the most important things that every trader needs to be able to do is to manage risk. And I know that you've started developing trades that manage their own risk. Like, how do you do
Oh,
that?
absolutely.
What's the key to that?
Well, experience, I guess. I've been doing it so long. I mean, like today, Chuck, and before we get into the presentation, today we were having a presentation, and in my TNT program, I told people when I finished the class, they said, we want to get income. I said, well, we'll just throw some income in there every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9:30 to 10:30. We banged out, Chuck, 7 straight winners in there doing that from 9:30 to 10:30. You ask
Given,
people here, you ask, and I'll be quiet. Ask anybody here if they participated in any of those trades.
and I'll tell
I'd
you
like
what,
to see who they
guys.
were.
Yeah, you go ahead and let us know how you've been doing on those trades. Just type it in. We're looking forward to what you say. And the one thing I would say, look, anytime you can place a trade that controls its own risk, like what you'd like to do with the options markets, and you get to put that understanding of the methodology behind you, and you get into the fourth quarter, and you have people holding your hands like what we have at DTI with the Telegram channel and the YouTube channel. Listen, we're not supposed to say things like highly successful, all this. We're supposed to be a little bit refrained on that. But I'm having a difficult time tamping down my excitement on this one. I'm really looking forward to the next few weeks.
Yeah, but anyway, it's like you said, Chuck, the market, you got to have strategies for whatever the market deals. It's like like playing cards. You get cards, and you got to play the hands you're dealt. And it's pretty interesting to navigate through the day, navigate through the week. This morning was a down day, and it surprised me too, Chuck, like you said, when it broke 50 and went down. But Jonathan and I were talking, and we identified the support would step in right where it did based on what we've been watching in the month of October. And so it's pretty good. Todd made 9% today off those trades. 9%. And you go to the bank, say, hey, here's $1,000. How much will you give me if I come back at the end of the day? What will your banker tell you? Well, a little knowledge, that same thousand can run a lot faster. And that's what I love about what we do. Not just me, what you do in sharing and doing things with us. So, Chuck, I think we ought to get started. It was you got me fired up listening to you. I think everybody's ready to go. I say let's make it dance. Tonight's presentation, before I get started, I'll tell you, was put together by the research team. And when they put this thing together, I saw it for the first time today. I was taken back about all the information that you're going to get over these slides. I hope you get a copy of them. Hope you participate, because we have a plan to take advantage of the most significant, what I consider, trading event of the year happens in 13 days. How'd I know? Because I've traded it for over 20 years. So when I tell you this is a significant time to pay attention, pay attention. So let's get going. Okay. This is our Telegram channel. Chuck talked about everybody ought to join that. We have T-Buzz TV there. You can join YouTube and get a lot of training. This week we put a little something about our roadmap software, about the 4 patterns. I don't know if it's been posted yet, but we're hoping it's up and running. It's lesson number 4 in our roadmap series. Now, risks involved in trading. There's always risk. And Henry says the video is up. Henry, was it great? You like that video on lesson number 4? Past performance is not indicative of future results. Use your due diligence. Folks that don't know me, I'm Tom Busby. I've been the head trader for DTI for many years. Founded the company, former Air Force officer, think both strategically and tactically. whenever I think about the market. I'm an active trader since the 70s, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and I work with students, really, which is the pleasure of what I do, working with you, being able to talk to you, sort out things. You know, traders like to hang around with traders. That's the bottom line. You're a lot more happy talking to other traders rather than just regular things. And it's just a fun experience navigating through the ups and downs of the stock market. Have 3 books: Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. I encourage you to get those books. You can get it on Amazon. And I signed a few books this week with the class. They brought it in. I was happy to do that. They're still great books. You ought to read them. DTI will help you master the markets through education, training, and experience. We got the experience, we have the education, and boy, do we like to train. All right, I asked John to do a special slide tonight. You've never seen a slide like this on a Wednesday night. Let me explain. If you look at the E-mini, you see where it opened the month at, 58.07. You see how high we've been, 59.27, and you see how low we've been, 57.24. Now the 3-day algo above 57.24, okay, tells us chop, chop, chop. Above 58.22 says bring it on. 58.22 is a key number, and you need to pay attention. The week's high early Monday or Tuesday, we hit 59.15. We hit the week's low today. And the frame, this is our reference bar approach to 24 hours. You'll notice 58.39. We're currently trading. The state of the market right now is 58.42. I want to call your attention to a couple stocks here. NVIDIA. I want you to look at what NVIDIA has done, and I want to take you over to the right-hand column. You see that high of 144.42. I said this week it got above 140, it would go up. Went up to 145, pulled back. It's getting ready to make another run. The frame high is 139.86. NVIDIA's at 140.23. DJT. I told you we'd play this stock a lot during the election. Look at what it's done. Hit its monthly high. It's currently a 35.39 frame, 39.25 if you look at DJT. DJT has been very strong. Even when the sell-off today, it held up very well. Currently about 35.60. 35.60. This is the layout going into tomorrow. You ought to take a picture of this slide and use these numbers to make money tomorrow. Notice silver. Speaking of silver, there it is. SI. Look at gold. They corrected today. Now you got a target up there to go back up to. My 10 tickers, DJT 35.55, Berkshire's 468, Apple 237. There's that NVIDIA buy, 140.55. IWM is still cooking. QQQ's 499. Gold 252.55. Gold went into a buy, went up, made a bunch of money off gold. WPM, NIM, and AG. Okay? This is the tickers. We'll see if the rest of them come into play the closer we get to Friday. Now, let's talk about the best opportunity in 4 years, a selection year, will kick off during the next 2 weeks. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Profits and performance shown are not typical. We make no future earnings claim, and you may lose money. The following presentation is based on the research we've done for the last 20 years. Past performance does not guarantee future results. You should never risk more than you can afford to lose in trading. Go to our terms on the DTI homepage for more information. Now, there's a little known market occurrence that happens the morning after every presidential election. If you've been with me for over 8 years, you saw me trade both the 2024, the 2020, and if you go further back in that, you go back to 2016, further back in that, 2012, 2008. The first time I started was back in the year 2000. Y'all remember the Bush-Gore election? That got me clued in to the wonderful opportunity. Let me ask the question. If I could show you, this is a question. If I could show you over the next 2 weeks how to take a dollar and multiply it times 5. Anybody interested in learning how to do that? Let me ask that question. Take a dollar and multiply it times 5. Well, pay attention, folks. This is how. The direction of the stock market for the next 2 weeks will come into play, and we're going to take advantage. It doesn't matter who wins. The direction will be determined the day after November 5th. Might be a bull, might be a bear. We will see. And each and every presidential election, we'll see after that night a 10 to 14 day wave of immunity. So forget what's happened in the past year. Forget what you think is going to happen next year. We're going to take a slice, a very 14-day slice after November 5th. How many people like this overview of the plan I'm talking about? I'm not talking about being involved beyond that 14 days. I'm talking about during that 14-day period, let's make it and do it. That's our plan. And I'm the guy to show you how. I'll show you in a minute. Strongest, most predictable trend in the entire market right in front of us. If you know about this once every 4-year trend, I've heard people don't know what they're talking about, say, oh, the election doesn't have anything to do with the market. No, they don't know what we know, and we're going to take advantage of that. How many people, give me a yes, if you want to take advantage of this 14 days that starts November 5th? I want to see everybody here that's interested tell me. Type that yes. We can ignore the polls. We'll skip the watch parties. We will be there when it happens. Kickoff would be a 2-week trading windfall when the trend is first confirmed on election night. Let's go through a little history. This is important to pay attention and watch. Like back in 1996, that's a long time ago. That's a chart of the S&P back then. Pretty dormant. 2 weeks before the election, markets chopped around. Bulls and bears were duking it out. Don't matter one bit, but that's what happened back then. Hello, John Toole. Look what happened. Overnight, election night comes in. Markets pop. That's the clue. Direction for the next 2 weeks. A 2-week trend that everybody here, no matter how slow you are getting your orders in, okay, pretty good stick. All in all, the S&P ended up roaring back about 10% in 14 days. And you multiply that times options, you'll love it. To give you an idea, that's about what the S&P normally returns in an entire year in this 14 days. You remember I've been telling you about this? I told you beware of October 21st. This is why. Look at that. 150 years of this, 9.35. 100 years, 10. Get stronger in it. 50 years, 11.86. Right there, 1/20th of the time. And it was completely predictable by watching. Being with me, I'll show you how it works. I won't leave anybody behind. It happens every single election cycle. We watch, we take a position, and piggyback the stock market for the next 10 to 14 days. In our research, we saw the same thing happen the very next presidential election, 2000. This is the Bush-Gore. Before the election, the markets were forming a bullish ascending triangle, they call it, chart readers. Then on election night, remember when it got uncertain, nobody knew who had won? Overnight, bearish candle took out support, went lower. I watched it. This got me clued in to the power of elections. Clear as day. What do you think happened next? I saw it with my own eyes. I said, I am going to do this for the rest of my career, every 4 years. I've been true to my word, and I've been taking these trades every 4 years. Pretty cool, isn't it? By simply dissecting the overnight price action going in the next day, you have take advantage of one of the strongest, most predictable trends you'll ever see. Okay? Now, we'll get together. I call it my election night party. We don't have to flip a coin, wondering where the markets go. I'll take you step by step. Wait for it to show its hand. I'll show you how to read the tape. Then we jump in for the ride. We do it with options. We'll start and we'll go. We'll call this occurrence a White House wave. And these White House waves come without fail each and every election season. Like in 2004. Remember this one? There's the market. Back and forth. Election night came. Broke out. What do you think happened? Results were in. Bada bing. Now, folks, I will pick out the actual tickers to make the most money during this 14-day phase. I will use it. I'm so excited, I can't wait. S&P soaring in 5.3% in 3 days. Other stocks flying with it. XOM and Boeing. Boeing could use a trade like that, couldn't it? Nearly 10% on the underlying alone. Now, if you're trading options, you're talking about multiplication times multiplication. That's where you get into 12 by 12, 150% return on investment. Rinse and repeat. See if they can't spot the White House wave in 2008. Anyone trading before election probably drew some lousy trend lines like that. What happened? Y'all remember who ran in 2008? Look at that. Market fell out of bed. Now, all you have to do, be with me and I'll show you how it sets up and what tickers play. Now, let me give you a minute. What do you think the direction was when you saw that? And how do you play it? Boy, did they drop. Look at that. Now, pretty cool, isn't it? Now, I'm going to pause for a second. All those people that took my futures training, you see why I wanted you to take it before the election now? I'm disclosing to you right now. I wanted you to be able to get in early by taking a chance. Let me teach you about futures. Isn't that great? Overnight, here they come. 14 days later, here we go. Painful losses. S&P dropped nearly 20%. 500% return during that same time frame. Yeah, put 1,000 on, got 5,000. 2,500, 12,005. I love these kind of numbers. And the best part, you don't have to predict anything. You simply wait for the overnight pre-data and you work at it. I'm going to work every angle. Piggyback on a 2-week move. Are you starting to see the power of what I'm talking about? Does everybody here see why I called this meeting tonight? Give me a yes in the chat if you do. Give me a yes. This is powerful stuff, folks. Look at what happened in 2012. Sideways. Down we went. What came next? Down we went. 5% market tumble. Now, 2016, when Trump first got elected, I'll tell you play by play. The market went limit down about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock that night. It was a false move. If you were with me in 2016, I could tell you it wasn't a down market. It was a buy with both hands, and I did. The biggest gains from that night forward, it was huge, 2016. Look at that. That's what it looked like. Didn't matter. Look what happened. I called it, and we went up, and away. First time in the history of trading, my trading, I ever bought limit down was that night. Look at that. You don't think I was a happy camper at the end of that run? 2016. Sure enough. Let's go to 2020. Downward trend coming in. Overnight, it popped on what we thought the election results were. And then the rally took off. Look at the results year after year, and you got to think. There they are. Take a picture of that slide, folks. Don't ever forget it. This 14-day period, you got to be part of it. I want to help everybody as much as possible. Be with me. I'm going to walk you through it hand in hand. We're going to maximize it. 14 days. Start day and out to 14 days. Every 4 years. You can't miss it. Change your plans tonight. Do not be away. Be focused during this 14 days. We'll wait. We'll confirm the trend and trade the move. Pretty serious paydays in recent years. All the while, not paying attention to what they're saying, not looking at earnings or fundamentals, ignoring existing trend in the market. We will get it. And even better, big option results, which we didn't have prior to about 2012, but we got now. We got the plan. 2012, 5 lower, 128% in 9 days with options. 2020, raised higher. Boeing jumped big. And here's $1 million question. How can you best take advantage of the White House way? You can do it by yourself. You can do it by yourself. Or you can take advantage of my experience focusing on this 14 days for the last 20 plus years. That's what you can do. I've been doing it every presidential election since 1996. And I can tell you that without fail, these White House waves start to take shape on election night. The conclusion's there. We don't try to front run it. We don't gamble. We go with it. We let the trade come to us. That's where the patience in there. Sometimes it's a few hours later. Sometimes it's a day later. 2016 is a perfect example. Shortly after midnight. There it is. I told you, didn't I? Didn't even have to look at the slide to remember this because I lived it, traded it. God, I remember that night. I was so happy. Everybody was going that way. I was going this way. Probably one of the best calls in my life. Off we went. And boy, it was a great 2 weeks. Option bets placed on spot today ripped higher, higher, and higher. 284% return. It's here, folks, if you want it. And even better, the sentiment following the election night, you could have also cashed in on big on some other top stocks. I'll show you the ones. Like a triple-digit move on JPM. U.S. Steel, 668% in a month. Had one guy that, I'll never forget, he sold it at 48. That was a high, lifetime high. But anyone who guessed wrong on election night or tuned out early, they missed it out because they don't know about this. They're caught up in their life. But the next 14 days, you got to be part of. That's why it's important to have the experience to trade with me. I don't make any bones about it. I know what I'm doing. Come join me. And I don't want to send you on your way without giving you a chance to tap into 3 decades of following this, researching it, and doing it. So I'm inviting you tonight to come trade with me on election night with our team. The live trade special focus group I'll call Midnight Rider. On election night, it's the night owl, not the early bird who gets the worm. I'll be there. Look at these moves our research have shown have started on election nights in the past. Excellent. These are individual stocks. Look at it. 76% drop in 9 days. Oxy, 94. Apple, 128. You see what happens? Granted, there've been some smaller wins and trades that would not have worked out. That's life in the market. But be the first to target moves like we're going to be looking for. We got better tools. We got better equipment. And guess what? People have been educated more to the style of the 24-hour market. We'll identify these in real time. Here's how it'll work. We'll get together around 8 p.m. that night, take the initial temperature. Sometimes we'll start to see the White House waveform. We can trade right away. Other times, like 2016, we need to be patient. And when we'll get back together about 10 to check it again, see what the trend looks like. We'll trade together twice that night, Tuesday at 8, once at 10, and then the next day. It's going to last for a week. I'll get you positioned for the big trade. Every election since 1996. This is the way it'll work. That's why we'll trade live together on the morning after election night. Maybe we'll know who the president, maybe we won't. Doesn't matter. We will trade what the market tells us. We'll do it. We'll listen to the markets, not the news. Listen to the markets. Like our research shows back in 2000 when that market got uncertain. President Bush wouldn't be fully confirmed December 12th. That was a long one. Know about the wave you could have cashed in on. That's where I really for the first time, really discovered it. We're going to be together. I'll be with you more than I say if I need to be. But we're gonna be midnight riders. And again, no White House waves in the last 3 cases has been one and done. It's been over and over. And that's why I want to offer you 2 more live trading sessions the 2 weeks after the election. There's the dates planned. There'll be other ones I add if we need it. Thursday at 10:30, Monday at 10:30. All told, the Midnight Rider, you have access to at least 5 hours minimum. 5 hours minimum. There's the dates, the times. We'll capture the massive moves like we've shown you before. Lilly shot higher over the next month, 728% on options. T made a huge move. Woo! 786, 767%. Citigroup, 781. Financials really move a lot, don't they? And now I value time more than let me read that again. Now, here late in my career, I value my time more and more highly. I pick and choose how I invest my time very carefully. This is where I'm putting a big investment of time in. These White House waves are one of the most powerful trading forces in my career. I'm going to share it with you this year. You can take what you learned this year, and 4 years from now, you can do it again. So I'm happy to commit at least 5 hours or more of my time in trading them live with you. Not on the side, not on emails, but being right there with you. In the past, I've had different amounts I've charged for this, for that intensive live training. Some of you are probably in this chat now and been with me on many of those elections. It was worth every penny. Everybody's always said it's been worth every penny. Like Carol, thank you for all you've done for me this year. Since working with your team, you've shown me how to reach my financial goals. I really never thought I'd be able to trade stock options or futures in the stock market. Now I believe I can earn while I learn and have fun making passive income in my sleep. That's Carol. Or Edward, been with me over 13 years. He's been through several of these elections. Tom is very good at timing the market, individual stocks. Tom knows how to navigate. That's right. I know how to navigate the volatility in the market. If you're going to go with me. Go with Tom. Trying to bring his family in now. And I have no question that Midnight Rider will be worth whatever I put on it. Every penny's worth it. After all, we've seen a single White House wave in research without multiple triple option moves in the weeks after the election. Before your eyes pop out of your head, I won't be charging that. I won't do that. In fact, let's cut to the chase. I'm going to give you a 90% discount off my $5,000 regular fee. I want to give you access to Midnight Rider. I'm going to limit it, though. I'm going to limit it. I want to give you access for 90% off. So get ready. Instead of paying $5,000, you'll pay $497 to be with me with 5 trading live sessions plus a couple more things I want to do to make it a no-brainer for everyone in the room tonight. White House waves be powerful. You'll be part of it. Up or down, we don't care. We'll figure it out together. We'll take that history and we'll bank it into our future during that 14-day period. Whether it's Republican or Democrat, we'll play the market the way it deals. Incumbent or first termer, we've seen the 10 to 14-day White House wave every presidential cycle for the last 30 years. It has to be that way, folks, because once they determine the president, you've got a shift in what makes the economy move. So I've never been more confident to trade an event live with you. It's a little extended over 14 days. And of course, I never guarantee future success or promise against losses. Our research shows we ought to be here doing it. Let's make it count. So don't sit there and say you can't do it. Don't be a procrastinator. We will do what's necessary to get you across that finish line. I can promise you that if Midnight Rider doesn't deliver value to you, I'll give you a penny, every penny you put in this thing back. Fair enough? More than fair. And since it's election season, I'll give you the strongest refund guarantee we ever offer. Here's my 3-branch bonus. If you don't feel like a better trader after this experience, I'll refund every penny. How about that? Every penny. Just read some of the love letters we've got from our top students over the years across our service. There's Carol. You saw what she said. Daily insights, truly earning the art of trading. Or Rob said, the class was great. He just sat through. He's excited and look forward to the future. Larry said, I'm going to keep it short. I do my part. He does his. We have a team, and he succeeds. Karen said, the invaluable, priceless information I give you, you won't find anywhere else. It's a golden opportunity for you to be part of. Now, I can't promise when, but I'll stake my reputation on this. It'll be the best education experience you ever had. If not, you'll get your membership money back, plain and simple. If you don't see at least 3 winners, you get your membership cost back. Look at that. Got to at least throw 3 at you. I love it. I'm required to perform. Now, to be very clear, I can't promise you winners, but you know what I got to hit. And as I've said, it's unbelievably confident in the power of these White House waves. A whole bunch of opportunities over the course of the 2 weeks. If I'm wrong and nothing happens, then we'll give our team and tell them to give you money back. Sometimes the market's unpredictable. These White House waves have been a constant force in the market for over the last 30 years. I have confidence to make this kind of guarantee. 100% satisfaction guarantee. Can't beat it. I want Midnight Rider this year to be one of the best experiences you had all year. Let's get on board. So giving my team one clear instruction. Anyone comes to all live trading sessions with the Midnight Rider, takes it seriously, trades the White House way with us in the next 2 weeks, leaves the program even a fraction less than 100% satisfied, call our team, we'll get an instant refund on every penny. Can't beat it. That's how confident I am in the White House wave. It kicks off in 2 weeks. Don't let anything stop you. $4.97 gets you a ticket. We'll say a ticket to ride. Then click the link Adam is dropping in there right now. Remember, I'm going to limit this. About a number of people can do it. I'll tell Adam to cut it down once we max out. Click the link. Adam's dropping it in the chat right there. It's called dtitrader.com/midnight. And no, you don't need a futures account, but if you got one, it's a double bang. Only $4.97 for over 5 hours of live trading. Go to dtitrader.com/midnight or call if you got any questions. 904-416-1776. Now, hottest ticket in town, get on board. I love doing this every 4 years, be part of it. Let's make sure we're able to process everybody tonight. I have an orientation class that's not on the slides. It'll be named after I fill my limit, and I've got to set a limit. On election night, it'll take 270 votes to win the electoral college. In honor of that, I'm only guaranteeing my 90% discount to the first 270 to take it. There it is. There's the limit. Told you there'd be a limit. Don't delay. Only $4.97 for 5 minimum hours. There'll be more, I promise. Get involved. Call 904-416-1776. Press 1 and click that link and do it. They're already coming in. We're going to hit the 270 early. I can see it right now. Thank you, James. Thanks, Carol. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Joe. They're coming in faster than I can read. Hope you rush it over to dtitrader.com/midnight right now to join us. Once your order's set, don't close the page. Authorize a special opportunity for all Midnight Rider students. I'm going to take the art, okay? I'm going to take the art. You heard me. And we're going to focus on some small type options at the end to really take a benefit. Big stock moves are coming. Let's be part of it. When the elections come and go, we're going to sit there, and that's when the time for counting. Target these type of outsized opportunities. We'll do it with options as little as 25 or lower. Certain days when we know the markets like to make major moves, we'll take advantage of it. Earnings reports, Fed meetings. No, you got a Fed meeting right after this. It's going to make it even more important. We'll place those trades for as little as 25% or lower and target the same kind of outside moves. We'll target Midnight Rider. As a bonus, I'll offer a special price to all members who join us tonight. Again, I can't guarantee anybody a spot unless they get signed up and they're one of the first 270. Right there, only $4.97. How much money do you need? Well, we'll have small price options. We'll have some bigger. Target some inexpensive options and more expensive opportunities, like I said. Do you need to be an option master trade? No, there'll be some outright longs, simple calls, simple puts. You can do stocks too. Goodness gracious, there's so many people coming in. I can't believe it. We'll walk through everything you need to know. I'll do that in my orientation class prior to Tuesday. Will ever trade be a winner? Of course not. We never guarantee winners, but expect great setups. And remember, I will go through the spectrum. If you have special stocks, I'll answer those questions live. Won't turn you down. How long does the guarantee last? Come to all the classes and trade with us, and we'll give you an extra week to claim your membership refund. But I doubt you'll want to, as Todd just said. Man, oh man, they're coming in. What if there's volatility? We love it. Whole point of trading elections, take advantage of the big moves and the trend. Do you need a special brokerage account? Nope. Any broker will do just fine. How many trades can you expect? I'm expecting the richest trading environment, but the only way to know the exact numbers, join us and trade with us live. Only $4.97. Man, oh man, get on board. And they are. Folks, Midnight Rider is open for business. Only $270 that we're going to take. Thank you, Polly. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, man, oh man. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Joy. Midnight Ride, whole page. I don't know how many we're going to have left. I really don't. Make it sing. Any questions? Let me answer them now. We'll kick it off. I will have an orientation class to talk about certain stocks that are set up for big time moves. Okay. I will have that. Wow, I just got to take my hat off to the research team that put this together. Wasn't this a great slide deck? Wasn't this one of the best slide decks you've seen in a long time? I mean, it was fantastic. If you can't get excited about this, maybe trading's not for you. Very informative. Very informative. Stuff that we can use. Get involved. Take advantage of it. Get involved. Sam said, very professional. It was good. They're still coming in. 270, we cut it down. 270. Remember that number. We cut it down at 270. If you're here tonight and heard this presentation and you're not moved to join the Midnight Rider, I got to stand back and say, you better really think seriously about being a trader. This is for traders. Traders only, right? Sort of like that Kenny Rogers song. What's the name of that song? You got to know when to hold it, know when to fold it. Right? We got the time. We just got to show up. Man, Fred and Don's in. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Don. Mark's in. Yeah, the Gambler. That's the name of it, the Gambler. Thank you, Sam. Okay. Pretty cool. A lot of years I worked on this. A lot of years. Adam, pass along to everybody. I really enjoyed this presentation. This deck was very professionally done. All right, folks. Nobody's got any questions. Mark's in. Goodness gracious. They keep coming. They keep coming. I hope I thanked everybody. Fred's in. Ken's in. Newbar. Everybody's in. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to give you a heads up. Keep your eye on bonds. They've been really devastated since the last Fed meeting. Thanks, Ken and Newbar. They've been really devastated since the last Fed meeting. They look to me like they're bottoming. And that means that the Fed It's going to have a little influence here. Just got to tell you that, okay? Keep your eye on that. Yeah, we'll be doing trades in the small price. Every sector will be hit. Every sector. All the different levels of options will be played during this time period. Midnight Rider. Any last minute questions? Well, I don't want to hang around wasting your time. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll look at stocks. We'll take a list of stocks that should perform even beyond the 14 days. We'll do all that. Ken, every trade will be, you need to come up with a level amount of money you're going to put into it. I don't want to say I'm just going to do 5 or 6. I'm going to probably do, if I had to say 10, maybe 10 trades, maybe even more. It depends on what opportunities are there. I will take and give you the setup. Tell you how to do it, how to dance. Companies too. I'll give you the companies too. It'll go like this. Hey, folks, I'll just use this one. Berkshire Hathaway, BRK, looks like it's a buy. We ought to buy at this price. Yeah, Steve, I would say that's a good size. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody be different, but that's a good starting spot. I'll tell you where to get in, where the target is, and where to get out. I will later on, New Bar. Will later on, just for you. Probably Friday afternoon, I would guess. Yeah, Chuck was right. October is going to be in the record books one of the best Octobers of all time. Yeah, I think so. I think so, Ken. I think TLT will go up if bonds go up. I'm just saying, look at it. It's not there yet, but just I saw the first sign of the fall stopping, the decline. Woo, Earl, John, and Marilyn just joined. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, folks, we had a big crowd. We're only taking 270. Get in before the deadline's over. Adam, I think that's it.